All right. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings, you guys. How are you all doing on this Sunday evening? Oh man, you just don't know the shenanigans I had to go through to get into this live, okay? It's the computer, y'all. It's that's all right, because it looks like I am frozen. Hopefully it'll get back. Okay. All right. I see I was frozen. I just stopped talking. I was like, you know what? Looks like I'm frozen. So as you all see, I hope that you guys, well, obviously for those of you who are on now, you see that I had to come on 30 minutes earlier. I apologize for the time change. I changed the time because of breaking our fast and then getting ready for our evening prayers because we are in the month of Ramadan. For those of you who are not don't know or not familiar, so yeah, and of course, with the month of Ramadan, when it's time to break fast, we break our fast, and then we pray, and then we get ready for our evening prayer. And so I said I didn't want to hear late. I came on here usually like I do how I do at 7:30 hour. That would have ran into our evening prayer time. So that's why I said, well, I'm gonna come in here in between that sunset and the evening prayer. Okay, so just to give you a little backdrop. I'm not seeing, I don't see anybody in yet. Hopefully people will start to roll in. Hopefully people look at the flyer because I know I usually say 7:35. And so I am coming on roughly about 25 minutes earlier than what I normally do. And yeah, so I want to go ahead and get started. Again, for those of you who are new, my name is Miss Sasha, and I'm the founder and executive director of ABC Read, which is a nonprofit organization that I started over 10 years ago with a mission to develop and nurture a culture of literacy in Black and Brown and underserved communities. And we do this by having reading experiences, interactive activities, projects, games. Everything is literacy based. We always infuse the Afrocentric piece in there, meaning that we want to make sure that our community is getting educated about Black history, culture, and experiences and traditions. We are connecting to the people that we serve, and we're doing it unapologetically, and we're just continuously growing and growing. I started off with reading aloud. That was something that has always been a passion of mine. And so that's why I love to come on here and read aloud. I look forward to this time. This is a time where I get to help bring those books to life. And of course, we have the Kahoot component as well. All right. So for those of you, again, you just now tuning in, I'm glad that you saw the flyer. Yes, the time did change for this week. I usually come on at 7:35, and this week I had to come on earlier. So with that being said, I'm going to get right on into the story, and I do have a Kahoot game to follow. Please make sure that you share the link. I did put the link on the flyer on the post, so all you got to do is, click on it and press it down, hit copy, and then share it with others. So I should be coming in live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and our Facebook page, the ABC Read Facebook page. All right. So I see people are coming in, rolling in. All right. So I'm not going to go into the intro again. You came in just in time for the read aloud, the story. How many of you know about George Washington Carver? How many of you know about George Washington Carver? This book right here goes into the foundation of George Washington Carver, all right, where he got his roots, if you will, right, where he started at, where he developed his love for plants and agriculture and making those plants come to life. This is called The Secret Garden of George Washington Carver, y'all, written by Jean Barretta, illustrated by Frank Morrison. Let's dive on in. Washington, D.C., 1921. George Washington Carver addresses the United States Congress. We are just beginning to learn the value of the peanut, Carver told the congressman. Some of them laughed. One man made a racist remark. As a black man speaking to a room of all white representatives, Carver was not among friends. African Americans were still segregated by U.S. federal law and treated as second-class citizens. Carver had been given only 10 minutes to speak. He gave the audience 10 minutes they would never forget. Carver showed them how peanuts could be used to make dozens of items, including face cream, soaps, ink, cheese, instant coffee, paper, paints, glue, and much more. When his time was up, they were impressed. The chairman encouraged him to continue. Go ahead, brother. Your time is unlimited. Carver spoke for over an hour. From the time he was a boy, he had a deep desire to share what he knew. So then, why did he once have a secret garden? Diamond Grove, Missouri, 1874. No one knew about the garden George kept hidden on the Carver farm. No one saw how the child cared for his flowers and how much he loved them. When he watered the clovers, their petals curved up like a smile. The black-eyed Susans winked when he patted the soil around their roots. He sang to the dandelions, and they waved to him with their long leaves. People used to tell him that growing flowers was a foolish waste of time. Why don't you grow something you can eat? Neighbor said. You can't make any money selling flowers, said his brother James. They're only good for attracting bees. Don't let flowers take you away from your chores, warned Moses and Susan Carver. George was born in 1864. Like his mother and his brother, he was enslaved on the Carver farm. While still a baby, George and his mother were kidnapped. Days later, he was found close to death and brought back to the Carvers. His mother was never seen again. The next year, slavery was outlawed in the United States. Moses and Susan Carver did not have children of their own and raised George and his brother on the farm. George was a sickly child, which meant less time working and more time exploring. He filled the house with a steady stream of interesting plants and rocks. Susan taught him how to be creative with the little they had. Nothing was left. Turkey feathers were used to make sewing needles. They made dyes from nuts and berries. They used plants and leaves for medicine. Every day he ran into the woods to discover something new. I want to know the name of every stone and flower and insect and bird and beast, he said. Education was limited at home. George had only one book, which he read dozens of times. I know this book by heart, he told Susan. I wish I could go to school with the white children. Slavery had ended, but U.S. segregation laws still denied Black people the same rights as whites. George decided to create his own classroom in the woods and study the subject he loved most, nature. And no matter how much people discouraged him, he wanted to grow flowers. George decided to grow them in a secret garden so no one could find them or tease him. It became a magical place for him. Tiny seeds went into the dirt and transformed into beautiful flowers. In his mind, the garden was a true gift from God, whom he called the Great Creator. Each day, George rolled the soil between his fingers to make sure it wasn't too wet or too dry. Some plants needed more rain, and some needed more sun. Come here, you need a haircut, George said as he cradled a daisy in his hand and clipped off its dry petals. He spread them around the soil to help the flowers grow. At first, the gardening was difficult because he couldn't ask for help and reveal his secret. The more he experimented, the more he learned. George studied each new season by painting the life cycles of the flowers. Berries were used to make paints. Twigs and grass were used to make brushes. He learned how to protect the roots through the winter so flowers could be reborn in the spring. Welcome back, he whispered to the tiny sprouts. It was a special garden and could have remained secret forever. But eventually, the young boy's generosity changed that. When George met a neighbor with a sick plant or flower, he offered to care for it. Part of his garden became a plant hospital. Wilting plants went in and blooming plants came out. No one could believe that such a small child had so many big ideas. Here comes the plant doctor, they'd say whenever he paid a visit. Think of all the people I can help, he told the garden. It inspired him to see their flowers growing side by side with his flowers. George breathed a sigh of relief. There's no need to be secret anymore. George knew there was much to see and learn away from the farm. At the age of 12, he said goodbye to his garden and set off on his own for a new adventure. In Neosho, Missouri, he lived with Mariah Watkins, who gave him advice he carried into adulthood. Learn all you can, George, then give it all back to our people. Over the next 18 years, he lived in several states and attended many schools to study art and agriculture. It was not easy. After being accepted to Highland College in 1885, the all-white school refused to admit him when they learned he was African American. But the young man was determined to get an education. In 1896, George Washington Carver became the first Black man to study at and graduate from and teach at Iowa Agricultural College. The same year, Booker T. Washington, president of the Tuskegee Institute, hired him to teach agriculture. When Carver first arrived, he said, everything looked hungry. The land, the cotton, the cattle, the people. Farmers were in trouble. Cotton crops were destroying their land. With little money and second-rate equipment, Carver built Tuskegee's first farming laboratory. He experimented with new crops to replace cotton, like sweet potatoes and soybeans. But the peanut was his champion. It had nutrients to nourish and refresh the soil. He convinced farmers to grow peanuts and then developed over 300 uses for them. It wasn't long before peanuts became the largest crop in the South. Carver also created a traveling schoolhouse called the Jessup Agricultural Wagon to visit poor farmers. It offered everything from tool demonstrations to medical care to pamphlets on how to improve farms and live healthier. In its first summer, the wagon visited over 6,000 people. Carver's advice saved countless farms and families. What would you like to learn today? He asked a farmer. The best time to plow or how to raise a strong cow? Wherever he traveled, people went to hear him speak. After his historic day in front of the U.S. Congress, he became a living folk hero. He was also recognized as an early environmentalist, a voice for racial harmony, and an advisor to world leaders. With his new fame came many awards and honors. Yet, he remained a humble man, always ready to serve humanity. Since his days on the Carver farm, one thing never changed. Day after day, I spent in the woods alone in order to collect my floral beauties and put them in my little garden I had hidden in the brush, not far from the house. Regard nature, revere nature, respect nature. The end. All right. So there you have it. And in the back, it has the timeline right here. All right. Talks about when he was born and, all the different things that were happening during that time, all the way up into, of course, his death. And this is right here, the back of the book. All right. Which has the bibliography. And remember, the bibliography page is where it cites the books that were used to write the story. And I know some of you out there, some of the students out there may not call it the bibliography anymore, or you all are being taught it's called the works cited page, right? So with that being said, I hope everybody enjoyed this story. What drew me to this story is number one. I know we're about to get ready to go into spring soon, even though I know this weather is doing its thing, right? One minute we don't see the snow, the next minute you wake up and you see some snow again. So we've been having that kind of winter, right? But I said, you know what I said? I think it's time to, bring out a book that's going to start gearing our minds towards spring. So that's what drew me to our dear beloved ancestor, Mr. George Washington Carver. All right. So if you guys grab this book, I love the illustrations. They're very, they are different, very colorful, very captivating to me. So I would advise go ahead and grab this book from the library, all right? And with that being said, it is time for the Kahoot game, y'all. Get your devices ready. Let me go ahead and get ready to share the screen. All right. Let's see. Pulling it up. All right, here we go. Got the Kahoot. You playing, son? Okay, all right. All right, let's see. Whole slide. Get ready to share that. And remember, for those of you who are new here, if I got any newbies, remember, go to Kahoot, KAHOOT.IT, which is going to come up on the screen. All right, so the game has been going. So we'll go ahead and share with you guys now. Oh, no. I got to do it differently. Hold up. Sorry, you guys. I call myself pulling it up. There we go. All right. Bam. All right. Let's see. All right. Here we go. Here you guys go. And then after that, I'm going to start it. When I start seeing you guys rolling on in. I got the Kahoot app. I forgot I got the Kahoot app on my phone. Let's see. 366. Hey, Divine, what's up? Yes, the queen. Wait, put your name in. There you go. Woo! We got folks coming on in. Moose of the goat. Princess Pretty. Yes, I love it. I love when I see my regulars, y'all. And thank you, y'all, for adjusting with me. I know the time. I know y'all used to be coming on 7:35. Like I said, I had to make an adjustment for today. I did. I had to start early today, and my apologies. We broke our fast, and I have to get ready for our evening prayer. So I wanted to, after I broke fast, come on in between that time and our prayer, the evening prayer. So that's why I had to change it up. Okay. So definitely my apologies. Yes. I hope you were able to. Were you here to listen to the read aloud? I hope you was able to listen to the read aloud. I see that, because I see you put, oh no, does that mean that you missed the read aloud? I hope not. I see, okay, Moose, what happened? You want to go ahead and get started? Okay, there we go. So we got, okay, Moose the goat. Hey, yay. Oh, she did. Oh, I'm so sorry. No. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I would love for her to still try to play anyway. Hopefully she could, if she would love to still play, at least try. That would be good. I hope so. I'm so sorry, you guys. I had to make it, again, like I said, this is our month of Ramadan. So I had to make an adjustment because of the of our evening prayer. So, yep. I try my best to be consistent. I felt that I was like, dang, man, I said, come on, 30 minutes early. Like, I hope some people don't be salty. I hope they can make it. Yes. Oh, my goodness. So let me go ahead and share go ahead and get it started. Go ahead and get it started, you guys, okay? Thank you, guys. I'm wondering, because I usually see a couple other participants. I don't see them here, and it's probably... Okay, it's going to be, you know what? I'll put it after I do Hoot. Is that okay? I'll let you know then, okay? What did the author mean when he said Carver was not among friends? Yep. Okay. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Oh, I feel bad. I feel so horrible. Oh, man. Hopefully you guys, okay. All right. Yep, that's right. So the white representatives were racist towards black people. That's right. So that's what George Washington Carver, he realized that when he was giving his speech in front of the congressman, okay, about the uses of the peanut. All right, let's see. And I will give you guys, I'm going to let you all know the time for next week. I'm just trying to figure if I'm going to do the 7:05 or 7:35 next week. Why did Carver give this speech to the congressman? Now, remember, George Washington Carver, a lot of us remember him as the Peanut Man, right? So that's a clue right there, okay, on what this answer is going to be. That's right. Yes, to tell them about peanuts. The peanut can be used to make many different things. So that was what he was talking to the Congress folks about. Okay, let's see. So the next one. Let me show you guys. Okay, here we go. Great job. All right. Got the Queen, Divine, Moose of the Goat, and Princess Pretty. All right. Look at y'all. Y'all answering them questions still. Look at y'all. Y'all doing great. Y'all are doing great. Let's see. Question 3. Who waved to George with their long leaves? Is it the roses, the tulips, the dandelions, or the people? Who waved to George with their long leaves? That was a personification usage in the book. Okay, it was the dandelions. Yes, the dandelions. Yes, yep. All right, let's see who is able to get that one. Okay, all right. Very good. The Divine, Moose of the Goat, the Queen, and Princess Pretty. All right, here we go. Let's see. What was happening to black people when George was born? What was happening to black people when George was born? Yes. Yes. Yep. Everybody got that right. Yep. Unfortunately. Yes. Everybody got that one. Yep. Yes, indeed. Good job. Ooh, Moose of the Goat got 3 correct in a row. Okay, I see you. I see you. What happened to George and his mother when he was a baby? I couldn't, my keyboard was all messing up. I couldn't even put the question mark. So that's a slash. It's supposed to be a question mark. Ignore that, y'all. This computer just giving me all kind of trouble today. Yes. Unfortunately, yes, they were kidnapped. Yep. Yeah, yes, you are. Wow. Wow. Whoa. Look at y'all. Okay. Still rocking it. Still rocking it. All right. I'm glad that y'all decided to still play. I'm so glad that you decided anyway. They made dyes from nuts and berries. What does the word dyes mean in the sentence? Okay, very good. That's right. It means to change the color of something. Yep. Excellent. Excellent. Let's see. Whoa! Wow. Moose to the go. Go ahead, brother. Then you got the Queen, Divine, Princess Pretty. Look at y'all still answering the questions. I know. I'm like, wow, man. It's a blessing. It's my son. You know, he's really doing good this week. Wow. And to tell you, he didn't listen to the story either. Actually, why wasn't George allowed to go to school? Now you think about what was happening at that time, right? Black folks was not being treated well at all. Exactly. I knew everybody was gonna get that one. It was only for the white kids. Yep. Look at y'all, man. Woo! Y'all on fire. Y'all on fire. Come on. Come through. All right, where did George go to school? Okay, remember, where did he go to school then? Remember, he had a love for plants and flowers. He was always around them. Okay, so he was in the woods. All right, he made his classroom in the woods. Yep, sure did. Whoa, all right. Go ahead, Queen. Queen got an answer streak of 5. Come on, the Queen. Come on. Look at y'all. Now, why did he create a secret garden? Okay. We know he didn't want to become an evil scientist. We know that ain't the case. He didn't want to mistreat the plants. We know that's not the case, right? Very good, y'all. That's right. He didn't want people to find his plants or tease him. Yes. No, he definitely didn't want to, he didn't want to mistreat the plants. Oh, no. He loved the plants. He absolutely loved the plants. Yes. Woo, Queen got an answer streak of 6. Let's go. Y'all ain't just doing it. Oh man, I'm sorry. My screen, every time I kind of click over there, it wanna do this, that, and the third. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Why did the people start calling George the plant doctor? Think about what a doctor does, right? Very good. Excellent. That's right. All right. Yes, indeed. We got the Queen, Divine, Moose of the Goat, and Princess Pretty. Yes. Yes, you are, son. Proud of you. Mariah Watkins told George to learn all you can. And then what else did she add to that? We already know what kind of person George Washington Carver was. A man who loved to help the people. Right? Okay, that's right. She said, give it all back to our people. And that was his heart. That was his spirit. Such a beautiful soul. Show you guys. Here we go. Okay, the queen 8 in a row. Divine, Musa the goat, and Princess Pretty rocking it. Still rocking. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate y'all. I really, really do. I'm glad that y'all decided to still play anyway. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Y'all see? Okay, y'all still okay. What 2 subjects did George study for 18 years? Okay, it was art and agriculture. Okay, so those were the 2. Yep. It made sense, so I see why you chose science and art, though, because obviously dealing with plants is science, but it said in the book art and agriculture. Okay, all right, good. The queen, then we got Divine moved to 2nd, Princess Pretty then moved up. Okay, and then Musa the goat. All right, still up in there. That's what I'm talking about. Got a couple more, you guys. Got a couple more. I just made 15. Okay. Who was the man that hired George to teach agriculture at the Tuskegee Institute? Who was that man? I should look at them answers because I did try to trip you up a little bit. Okay. And in any of some of the adults, definitely, obviously, they have to help your young people on this one because I know y'all know this answer. Okay. All right. So Booker T. Washington, right? All right. Booker T. Washington. Definitely not Malcolm X. All right. It's Malcolm X. He wasn't. He wasn't alive at that time. He was born in 1925, actually. Yep. Let's see. All right. So here we go. We got the Queen, Divine, Princess Pretty, and Musa the Goat. Princess Pretty got a streak of 8. Let's grow. Come on. I'll say, you know what? I think I'm going to be able to answer these. Why did George believe the peanut was a better crop than sweet potatoes and soybeans? Okay, all right. So I just see 3 of you answer. So yes, they had nutrients to nourish and refresh the soil. Actually, what he had found out, the cotton, and that's the thing, that cotton was actually destroying the soil. You know how we're used to hearing about our ancestors that were enslaved and they was picking cotton and all that. The cotton actually it was bad for the soil. And it ruined it. Crazy, man. That whole, my goodness, y'all. All right, so we on I think this is the last one. Let's see where we at. Here we go. The Queen. All right. Divine, Princess Pretty, and Musa the Goat. All right. I think we are on our last. Yep. Here we go. George created this traveling schoolhouse called the Jessup Agricultural Wagon. Who did he create it for? Think about it. I know y'all got this. Very good. I knew everybody was going to get that. That's right. Poor farmers. That's right. Gave them demonstrations, taught them how to use tools, gave them education about farming. I mean, look at it. He was a genius. George Washington Carver was a genius. I mean, full stop. I'm like, wow, man, this man was just incredible. All right, so let me go ahead and share this, you guys. Woo, y'all. All right. Here we go. Woo. Uh-oh. The secret. I put the secret garden. Forgot the D. The secret garden. Excuse my spelling error. Yay! Woo! Congratulations, the queen. You got it. Divine Princess Pretty, Musa the Goat. Oh man, you guys were in there. Y'all was in there hooking it up. I am super, super proud of everybody. Thank you for joining. And yes, for next week. So, next week, I am going to actually, I may have to come on. Let me see, because next week we are going to be, let me think how I'm gonna do this. I gotta. So you know what? Actually, next week I can come back on. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna come on at 7:40, I believe, or I may have to do 7:45 because our time. And the reason I'm saying this because our time is gonna change. So we know next week is daylight savings. Right now we've been breaking our fast about 6:18, 6:19, and it goes up like a minute each day. And so by next week we're going to be breaking fast. It's going to be about, I think, since the time is going to go up, we can say, yes, please, yes, yep, exactly. Set the notifications, definitely for sure. But I believe I'm going to do it after I break fast. So it's going to be like about 7:45. I'll be able to come on. So I'm going to do that. So I appreciate you guys, though. I'm trying to, do the best I can. I'm trying to work around through, our month of Ramadan fast and trying to take care of this and all of that. So, and making sure that I show up for you guys. That's why today, again, I thank you all for my regulars. I try. Yes. Yep. I could do 7:45. That'll work for next week. Yep. That'll give me time. I can break my fast and then I'll have everything set up for you guys. I already have the story prepared, so we'll be good to go. Yes, indeed. I thank you, though. Yes, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this. But of course, again, definitely. Please make sure that you guys, just so that you all can, listen to the story, you can go back and watch the replay to listen to the story. Have your children, grandchildren, nieces and nephews, have them be able to listen to the story again. And I hope you guys are, continuing to make sure that you're getting these read alouds in with your families, having these discussions. And I hope that this story is going to help you do a deeper dive on our beloved ancestor, George Washington Carver. He was a phenomenal, amazing man. And it's just, just even with this book, like I had learned a lot more things about him that I did not remember learning about him, when I was in school. So, I thank you all again for joining. My name is Miss Sasha, and I want you all to continue to please keep reading for at least 30 minutes a day. And always remember, reading is freedom. You all take care. Peace.